Our countdown to tip-off continues. Today's stop is Arkadelphia. We get to visit today with the head women's basketball coach of the Henderson State Reddies, Coach Jill Thomas. Coach, in your 8th season, I just want to look back at least 2 or 3 of them recently, because you all have been putting together quite a big total of wins. 59 wins overall in the last 3 seasons. That's second in the Great American Conference, behind only Southwestern Oklahoma. Coach, the program seems to be definitely on the right track.
Yeah, I didn't quite realize that either. That was brought up to our attention about a week ago, and we're excited about that. That's such a huge honor. It really comes down to we've been truly blessed with some really good players. We all know who they are. We know the faces of Henderson State over the last 4 years, honestly. And they've just set the tone. I mean, kind of not on purpose, but you can see the 1,000-point club graphic behind me. And those are the faces we're talking about. And we were really fortunate to find them in the recruiting process. And they came here and they put Henderson State on the map. And it's something we've talked a little bit about with this new group, about our expectations and who we are. We're going to be different. We're going to be led by different faces. But the expectation of what we want to do stays the same. And we can always thank those behind us for setting that tone. And like you said, behind Southwestern, I mean, they played for a national title 3 years ago. And so to be mentioned just in that same sentence with them is something we're proud of.
Yeah, that Lady Bulldogs win total is kind of ridiculous in the last 3 years. But Dev, we're here to talk about Henderson State, and you guys have done such a fantastic job. I like the graphic, by the way. I like the 1,000-point club behind you. That looks pretty nice. Of course, Pink and Blue Jones, Haley Estes have been a part of the program. In mentioning them, because I do want to stay there just for a moment, because you've talked about them as well. They bring culture, right? I mean, this is one of those things that you have the culture there, but they have to buy into it also.
Absolutely. And those were 3 players that, weren't so highly recruited coming out of Arkansas. And I feel like that's kind of been our niche the last really 7 years is finding those players who aren't as, rated on social media and all of those things as it is, and going in and coming here and they believed in our vision and they believed in me. And, we're such a relationship-based program here at Henderson, and they just thrived in that. And, it's so much more than winning games. That moment at the conference tournament when their careers were over, they were sad for me because we didn't, get to cut down a net. I'm sad for them because they didn't get to, but I told them, we got so much more out of the last 4 years. I mean, they're like kids to me now. They probably call me too much. I probably call them too much. So, but that's really what it's about. And like I said, they just did a phenomenal job of leading and scoring.
They did that, and really, they were always fun to watch too. And of course, you're fun to watch on the sideline as well, Coach. I have to say that.
Before, never.
We're speaking now with Jill Thomas, the fun to watch on the sideline coach, Jill Thomas, the Henderson State Reddies, whose team is picked 3rd according to the preseason coaches poll in the Eastern Division of the Great American Conference this year. You bring back Lainey Snowden, you bring back Carrington Whaley, you bring back Macy Maines, among others. Talk about those who are going to be part of the program then in 2021 to help you continue to rack up those wins.
Absolutely. You named the big 3 right there, the new big 3, essentially. Their roles changed dramatically. They were just as important to all of those wins in the last 2 or 3 years. They've played huge roles for us, but they were different roles. We didn't have, Carrington got some easy buckets because our guard play was so explosive. So, Snowden's able to hang out in the corner because, again, we have some explosive dynamic and she's able to hit threes. And Macy was the pace changer coming in off the bench. And, now they take the roles where they have to be the people with the ball in their hands a little bit more, and a lot more. And more importantly for them, it was taking roles on off the court. They came in an established program with established leaders who did a great job. And so they came in and this season and had to do some things differently. The biggest thing that happened throughout this, pandemic is we lost postseason. That was big. The conference tournament ends and, you usually want to take a day or two and feel sorry, but we had a quick shift we had to make. We had 7 returners coming back that are really good, that never had played together and never experienced Henderson basketball outside of Pink, Blue, and Estes. So it was going to be huge for us. And within 4 days, we had to say bye. And we lost all of that time. And like I said, we're such relationship based. I had to grow those relationships with our freshmen last year who are now sophomores. We did Zooms, we did meetings, we did phone calls, but it's different. Henderson State, I can't thank them enough, and Sean Jones and our administration, to allowing us to come back in July. July was huge. We were under strict COVID guidelines. There was no contact. You were social distancing, but we were together. And I can't say enough. I mean, whether that affects us right now in our first few games, but in the next 2 years, that July is going to come and really matter, because like I said, we had a month, maybe 5 weeks with those 7 players learning our new roles as far as leading. And we're bringing in 5 new players. We're going to have a smaller roster this year. And they needed to be ready because, we need to score and we need to defend, but we need to be in communication roles. We need to be talking. We need to, make sure the culture and the standard of Henderson State basketball is ready. And so I couldn't be more proud of those 7. They did a great job from day one in July until this point. And we're just really, really excited about it. We talked about the big 3 that are coming back who have played a lot of minutes. And we had 4 freshmen last year, and really they're the new faces too. Even though they're returners, they're going to be the new faces of Henderson State basketball along with everyone else. I can't thank they're now sophomores enough, because last year it was impossible to crack our starting lineup unless something happened of an injury. You were probably going to sit at the bench and you had to buy into a role that you weren't used to. And we're in the time now where freshmen are probably going to quit if they don't get it their way. And the 4 of them just did not. And so you guys got to see a preview of Ashley Farrar coming in off the bench in the conference tournament and kind of saved the day in that Southern NAS game. She's a special talent. She's got all the pieces it takes, especially the way we like to play offensively. She's really going to fit in, and she's grown so much since July. Then we have Gracie Raby, who also played a little bit off the bench last season, and she's one of those kids that is just a dream come true. She's a lot like Haley Estes. She's going to work for everything she gets. She's going to run through a wall for any one of her teammates. She's always available. She's always working. And she's really fit our offense better than I think any of us thought she could at this point. And then last year we had Sonny Martin, who in that class, who redshirted, just because, again, our depth and the guard position was just going to be hard to play. And most kids in COVID probably came in and out of shape a little bit. Sonny Martin came in the best shape of a college athlete probably could have. She got fit. She was a lot thinner. She was just ready to go. And so we're really excited about her future here. She has the ability to play at pace, and she can shoot it from long range. And then inside was Tamia Templeton, who didn't get a whole lot of minutes, but this is her breakout year. The minute it clicks for her, we're just really excited about those 4 sophomores, and one of them being a freshman because Sonny redshirted. So the 7 of them, that 7 returning class, has a chance to be really special. Joey, I don't know what it's going to look like when we finally get officials and another team, but we're excited, and we're definitely at that point now where they're starting to see a different me. Some of our freshmen are scared because it's game time now, right? I'm not as calm in teaching. It's competitive. It's that sideline antics. I'm here. I'm ready. And we're a little bit thrilled over here in Arkadelphia.
Well, I am thrilled for you too. It sounds like it's going to be something fun to watch. I'm not going to tell you what kind of shape I was in after the months of the shutdown. So I'm glad to hear that your players were in good shape, and we're looking forward to a season that's going to start. It is going to start January 7th. So really quickly, you're talking about playing other players in a different colored uniform, right?
Yes, absolutely. Unfortunately, we kept our roster a little bit smaller this year because we wanted to focus on some 21s. The injury bug got us a couple opt-outs, so we haven't been able to actually scrimmage. They've scrimmaged me a couple times, and I know they just hate that. So we haven't seen anyone in a different uniform. We haven't seen officials. And so, like I said, we don't really know what it's going to look like. There's going to be a lot of growing pains this year, and that's going to be the biggest part of that returning group of 7 is, with so much on their shoulders now, and having to score the ball at a high rate and do things, they're going to have to be able to bounce back. They're going to have to be able to bounce back from a game that they may win a lot and still prepare the second time, or a game they may not win at, get hit in the chin and be able to respond to play them again, because you're playing everyone 4 times. You can't get comfortable. And I think people might want to, get comfortable if they win a game. They're like, oh, we'll get the next one, but it's not going to be like that at all. And so, like I said, we're grateful. I told our players yesterday that we just need to be a little bit more grateful every day we get to practice, because there's a lot of leagues, there's a lot of teams that aren't even getting that. So let's take each day, let's get better. And then, it's looking like games are definitely going to happen, and let's be grateful, and let's get there and have fun.
All right. Well, we look forward to that. Again, looking forward to watching your team on the court. A team that's put together, or programs put together, 59 wins in the last 3 seasons. Congratulations on that, Coach. Success to you all this season. And thank you very much, Coach Jill Thomas from Henderson State. The Reddies picked 3rd in the Eastern Division of the Great American Conference, according to the preseason coaches poll. Thank you very much for taking time with us today.
Thank you, guys.